But let him ask in faith. That all by itself lets you know where God places you. Let him ask in faith. Don't ask in doubt. See, you can come in faith. You can come to prayer. But most of your prayers are not prayers of faith. Don't let the enemy fool you. Because if you think it's the prayer of faith, because you lined up some scriptures and you said, I prayed the prayer of faith, the devil is a liar. No, you did not pray the prayer of faith. Because then what happens is that since you believe you prayed the prayer of faith, when you leave and you don't get your answer, you think God is a liar. And I come to serve you. Notice that my Father has not lied to you. Now, I will tell you this now, and what it is it's a deception and a trick of the enemy. Because you think that you prayed in faith, but really you didn't pray in faith. It was a prayer of consideration. It was a prayer of trying to be convinced. It was meditation in God's presence to shape your mind so you can pray the prayer of faith. Faith, when you understand it, means you believe. Most people that pray don't pray when they believe. Most people pray to believe. And you have to identify your prayer, that this prayer is a prayer to get convinced in his presence. I'm going to church to get convinced. I'm not going to pray. So don't tell your mind that you prayed. Because if you tell your mind that you prayed, then you're going to believe in about 6 months that God is a liar. You're going to believe that this stuff does not work. Then you have the same seasons you have been having. In church for 6 months and out of church for 6 years. Then you start looking for other things to fulfill you. Because the Christian stuff isn't working. Only to find out, well, God has really been too good. How can I leave God? Because God, one thing about God, God will not, ain't not, cannot let no one outdo him. He says in verse number 6, but let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he not wavering. How many of you all have asked wavering? Because see, in God's economy, God, he puts you in a category of being a soldier. God himself is a very real God. God is a militant God. And if you can read through the lenses of Revelation, you see he places you on the other side, that you are convinced and now you're asking. Because when you line up to this level of belief, when you look like me in the earth like that, and it is my will, and it just so happens to be your season, I won't deny you. But let him ask in faith, not wavering. So what does it do? It helps me to self-examine. So when I come to prayer, or I pray in a closet, I don't care where you pray it, in the shower, the tub, or however you do it in the car. But the next time you're in that moment and you call it prayer, identify where you are. Am I doubting? So then if I identify where I am, then now we do personal development now. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to pray like how you may think your leaders pray. You may really try to pray to have exactly what you may perceive that they have. That's the problem. Because if you took time to develop in steps and stages, then you can have. The Christian walk is about personal development. It's literally about you identifying yourself. Stop trying to be like everybody else. You can't get the promise without having the foundation. See, people like promise with no process. promise will give something to you, but process will do something to you. And God is more concerned about process than he is promise. That's why he tells you, you gotta have patience. Anytime a person walks in faith, what the Bible calls faith are things that are that have works or acts that correspond to it. So again, if I truly say I have faith and I'm not acting in accordance to what I said I have faith for, then the Bible says I don't have faith. Correspond. Co means to stick along with. Okay? That means they're acts that actually go with what I'm believing. They can be acts, but they may not be the co-responding acts. And so when you have the co-responding acts that go along with what you believe, therefore God says now you have faith. Once I get there, I consecrate my vessel to be not just a person of faith or a person that's just standing in something or standing in a dream or false faith, but I consecrate myself in a way to where now God sees me as a man or a woman of faith, and God himself will sow into that faith. This is why he says, when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith. The race isn't given to the swift nor the strong, but he that endureth to the end. In other words, I have to see you continuing, not just starting. See, we have a whole lot of faith starters, but we don't have faith finishers. Peter, I need you to keep walking on the water. You don't get the credit for just starting out or just asking me, can you go? And can you just step off the boat? But you get the full credit when you touch my hand. So my hand is likened unto the promises of God.